So for the February 2019 fandom feature, I've got a really special film to talk about from the days of my youth. Once again, within the theme of anniversaries, we are celebrating this Disney film's 30th anniversary. It came out in 1989. It stars Rick Moranis and Matt Frewer. It is the famed family classic, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So I remember when this movie first came out in theaters. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to see it because my parents really didn't think that it was something that we would enjoy. But when it came out on video, I watched it and I loved this movie to death. It is the story of two next-door neighbors, the Zelinskys and the Thompsons. The Thompsons are your typical family, but right next door lives the Zelinsky family. Wayne Zelinsky happens to be a kooky little inventor. While these two families are okay with each other, they do definitely think that they are each in respects weirder than the other, and it turns out that Wayne is working on a shrinking machine that doesn't seem to work. But through a mishap, the two sets of children of these neighbors manage to find each other and at the same time accidentally get the machine to work and accidentally get shrunk by the actual machine. And they are thrown out in the trash, and now they've got to go through the Zelinskys' overgrown backyard to find their way home and get back to normal size. So, seeing the commercials originally, this looked like it was going to be cool, it was going to be fun, and it was going to have, for the time, some very interesting special effects. And this movie is a fantastic family film. It has great comedy, it's got great action, it's got perfect Disney imagination. You see the giant insects, the giant blades of grass, everything from giant broomsticks to cookies. It is just overblown with epic Disney proportions. A little bit of everything that makes a great family film. If there's anything negative that I would say about this movie, to a certain degree, let's remember that it came out at the end of the 80s. There are a couple of things here that are a little bit outdated, like certain technologies and certain youth slang that just doesn't slide in today's society. However, in spite of that, there is something that I have noticed watching this film for the first time in a long time. There is a truly great message to be sent in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, and that is the fact that you really cannot assume what a person is until you actually get to know them. And you see that happens especially with the kids, because the very popular girl turns out to realize that she doesn't want to be popular anymore, and the guy who seems to be weak ends up being much stronger than people thought he was. The one who always gets neglected finally gets his time to shine. It's so interesting to actually see that these kids really do evolve through this amazing adventure, and the best part is, they all had no idea that they were all such great people, even though they actually lived right next to each other. And even the parents grow. You see their own relationships grow with each other, and you also even see through this little event that takes place in their, dare I say it, their own little world, they actually do realize that their neighbors turn out to be very decent people. And I think that that is a message that we all, kids and adults, can truly benefit from. But it still is something that does hold up. It does have some hysterical moments, it's got some great family moments, some great romantic moments, epic moments, everything that you go to the movies and watch good movies for. Some people may still think that it is not perfect, because it's not, but it is still something that can put me in a good mood. If I just want to watch a feel-good movie, I will put on Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Not to mention a fantastic score from the late James Horner. Didn't even know that when I was a kid. It's also got a great opening title sequence. And even though this movie did in fact spawn a subpar sequel called Honey, I Blew Up the Kid, and even a third movie which was direct-to-DVD called Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, this one pretty much still is the very best. The other two, you don't even need to bother. You can skip them. I am definitely going to tell you that if you haven't seen this movie and you just want to see something fun and creative, and of course something that truly is pure Disney magic, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is a film for you. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below. If you have seen Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, you're probably an old fart like I am compared to most of the people out here on YouTube, but I would still like to talk to you about it either way, because it still is one of the better family films from my youth, and probably from your youth as well, especially if you were a kid that grew up in the 80s. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in another fandom feature, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.